Welcome back again to Bent Out of Shape, your metal art do-it-yourself resource. Today is going to be more of a woodworking lesson than metal art, but it boils down to what we did with the metal after we got the wood prepared. So we used to do a lot of signs in our shop. So here's what we did to a piece of cedar siding off someone's house. Obviously it was painted a blue at one time and a gray, and then we skip sanded it and sealed it, and then we put a metal sign on that. This is old flooring from a house, and that's what we did with that. We skip sanded it, made a frame around it, and then sealed it. And this is an old barn board, which we got a piece right there that we're gonna paint and then sand and seal to make it look like that. And then there's just a cedar frame around that, put a tree of life on it. It was a great little sign. So we did a lot of stuff like that, but in order to do this, you got to prepare wood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint each side of that sign a different color. We're going to use white primer and black primer because it dries really fast. So Sue will come back in a little while and we'll give it a sand job, and it'll look like $1,000,000. So I'm going to throw my mask on here, paint one side white, one side black. In this situation, it's got a live edge. It's got a live edge, and you can either use that or not use it. Take a table saw and square the thing off, get a frame around it, whatever you want to do. I just left it like this, just for showing you how it's done. So bear with me a minute while I get suited up.
And again, we're using the Rust-Oleum paint products.
Oh. Tip's going bad.
Tip is plugging up, so he'll replace it with another tip. Much better. Went and got a new can of primer.
What we're trying to achieve with this wood, so come in here a little closer, is to save those circle saw marks. I mean, that's the whole idea of using a board like this. Those are original circle saw marks. So it's kind of critical that you don't overpaint it, because all it's going to do is kind of gum up the sanding belt when you're doing this. So the other side's dry enough already. We're just going to flip this over and sand it right away. Okay. A little bit of power. Well, sure. Could have been a little more prepared here. set it in the wet grass. We'll turn this over and do the dirt first. There. And all you're trying to do is bring the grain out. You're just going to eliminate some of the paint, bring the grain out. You'll see in a second. This is a 40 grit sanding belt, so it's pretty aggressive, but you don't have to lay into it. All it's going to do is gum up the belt in. You just want to go back and forth. And that shows those circle saw marks I was talking about. A lot of times they'll sand this by hand with the bark on here. You don't have to get super aggressive with that. But that's pretty much the look you want. Then you'd use a silver or a white colored sign or anything like that to maintain that shadowing. And I'm thinking the white is probably dry enough too already. Do the same thing here. Then I'll show you how we clear coat it. You can tell it doesn't make a lot of dust when all you're doing is just kind of skinning it. It's about the look you'd want. You just want to shadow those circle saw marks. And then in order to really give it that finished product, you know, after you'd frame it, if you're going to frame it, then you do this, but just you can't hardly put it on too heavy. This is a gloss clear, and I'll do this a couple different directions. But the first thing you want to do is make sure it's in the grain really good. And then when the lighting's right, like here I get the sun now, so you can really see what you got to do to cover it. And painting outside's the best when you're using this much. And you can play the wind a little bit. I'm going to do the other half from the other side there. And it just brings out the grain really nice. Honey, come in here close. Brings out the grain really nice, and this is a throwaway board. This would have got ripped off of a barn and just thrown away. Had umpteen nails in it, but I pulled the nails out. It's just got a great rustic look. So if you like this kind of content and these helpful hints, keep following us, like and subscribe to our channel, and we appreciate the ongoing support.